Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in whichever part of the world. All right. So I have with me Sports Nut Nathan, or better called as Portuguese Nathan, however you want to call him.
Wait, one minute. You have the optional thing where you can see the name. Oh my God,
Sorry.
that
Oh,
my
sorry, it was
my
my echo,
op
my bad.
no, because I have a very fantastic that second name that comes under that. I have a very wonderful one that's very appropriate to today. I think you read it yesterday, I guess, right? You
Yeah.
must have seen it yesterday.
So
It's true
Nathan,
though. It's true.
yeah.
It will happen. I promise you. I
Yeah.
will go after everybody by the end of tomorrow.
Yeah. Nathan, let's okay. I'll be very honest with you, right? So far,
Mhm.
Premier League has been great. I wouldn't say it was bad. I will not say it is probably shit or anything of that
Mhm.
nature. But Premier League so far has been entertaining to say the least. Okay.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
this is the most volatile time of Premier League I have ever seen. Okay, when I say volatile time, it's like you can't say who's the leader. Even though statistically Arsenal look like the team to beat or anything of that nature, but it's been a frantic Premier League season so far. So what I was planning to do with you is we'll pick the team of the season so far. Okay, when we say team of the season, we'll try and include players who you think should be considered as a standout player in the Premier League season so far. All right. So, for example, this should not include guys like Mo Salah or anything, not because they're bad. They had shocking season,
Yeah.
and that's the standard set by Mo Salah, right? So
Yeah.
we'll try and do that. But before we go ahead with all the kind of good stuff which comes with Premier League, right? Uh, what is the most important or what is the most surprising part of Premier League so far?
What is the most surprising thing?
Hmm. Something you didn't think in the start of the season, but you see it happening now. Like,
I
I
honestly,
didn't see
I
it.
I I honestly thought Newcastle and Spurs would do better considering their European status.
Hmm.
But you know,
Hmm.
some people said there's only one United, so
Yeah. Which one, Carlisle or Sheffield or Colchester?
I know which one it isn't. Uh, let's just put it that way. Hello,
All
guys.
right.
Guys, before we go ahead, Almighty Deku, everyone, do before you go, if you don't have the time to watch it right now, please share it right now, though, in real time, because the algorithm works that way.
Yeah.
So please kindly share it to whoever you can.
Thank you. Thank you, Nathan. I'll tell you what's my most surprising bit. Okay. My most surprising bit this season has been Sunderland. Okay. I did not think Sunderland would do what they're doing. Okay. Uh, because when I think about it, right, Sunderland, मतलब जितना भी पैसा खर्च किया है संडरलैंड ने, I have never been thinking कि यार Sunderland will be in top 10, top 15. I thought one of those yo-yo clubs. I think Nathan, you're back. Okay, I thought your net froze.
Yeah, apologize. The paradise does have a price. I try telling people that every time, but they don't believe me. So
The prize is called as Fenny, is it? Okay.
no, the price is called we don't. So we basically, I'm sure you know this. You lived in
Yeah.
Bombay, but we get our internet as well as the electricity partly from Maharashtra. So basically, our internet, like especially if you want the good internet, the
Yeah.
private one, it comes from Bombay. So what happens is
Yeah.
that's a long way to go for cables. So anything can happen from here to there, and
Okay.
obviously
Fair enough.
obviously many things happen.
So I'll tell you my surprising bit, which I was telling, right? Sunderland. That has been the most surprising bit for me
Yeah, I
because,
was going to say that too, but
yeah,
but you said thing, right? So the thing I thought about before you
mm,
carry on, sorry to cut you off
no,
because you asked me
mm,
how close everybody is in the table
yeah,
in the top half.
mm,
That's surprising. Yeah, that
yeah.
and Newcastle and Spurs suffering. Yeah, but for me the obvious answer is what you said, Sunderland for sure.
One is that, and second, I will not actually. It was not surprising for me, but I still think this needs to be mentioned somewhere. Is Man City? Okay,
Mhm.
I thought they will not have a great season, but after
Mhm.
game week 1 or 2, right, I just looked at the City and said something will click for this team. I don't know what. I never imagined what will click. But like they say, right, you write Pep Guardiola off from your own peril. Like you don't write him off. But those were the two things which really caught my eye, and I was like, no, something is wrong with the City team. And then that Robo started doing what he does
Yeah.
best, right? Like that man is a freak. I honestly think you should just ban him from playing football because he's scoring for fun, and it looks like it's just a joke for him, right?
It is quite a problem. But the thing is,
Mm.
I still believe City aren't like the City of old. Like
Hmm.
even recently, they have been dominating the game, but in previous years they would dominate the game winning 4-1, not like
Yeah,
hold on to a lead or
yeah,
wait till the 90th to get a winner, that kind of thing. And
yeah,
I feel there is a difference. I just
yeah.
don't know if it's going to be a difference enough.
Okay.
You know?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I somewhere down the line do think you're
They
right.
definitely aren't winning every game 4-0.
Yeah.
So there is definitely a difference. You can't say there isn't. Now you can
Um,
say they dominate possession and they create chances, but
mm,
like for the longest time, I think at least till game week 11, 12,
yeah.
Steve was the second goal
Mm,
scorer, you
yeah.
know. Or I mean, I call him Steve for FPL fun, but yeah, Esteve. But the point is that for the
Mm,
longest time, he was like on 2 goals and he was like the second highest contributor.
mm,
So you can definitely see that there is a difference. But like I
mm.
said, is it going to be difference enough? Like if you can win every game 2-1 and still win the league.
Yeah.
So
You
that's
don't know
that,
actually with
that
this Man City, you really don't know because
yeah.
I always say this to people, right? Sometimes all you need is a one good player having a season which is beyond imagination. Jaise
Yeah.
abhi last year, if you think Liverpool and Salah, right? I mean, it looked like the man was possessed. He wanted to win it more than the other 15, 20 people in that squad. And then you look at this season, which is Haaland is possessed. Like he's genuinely possessed. But we'll get to that later. So we'll try and pick the team of the season so far, Nathan. So let's
Definitely.
go with that first. What formation do you want to play? Are you a three at the back kind of a guy?
What I try not to feel
Yeah.
sick when I hear such a word. But can we just play normal football? That's my response to what formation I like. Can we just be normal, please?
Yeah, can we be the normal one, right? I
Yeah,
think
there's
I'm.
there's too much trying to diversification. There's too much
Yeah,
diversification for Manchester United, I think.
yeah.
Last week we
Fair enough.
got a new youth academy president or chairman or what. I was like, yeah, okay, that's great. Like there's just enough new people, to make it feel
Yeah.
like if you go there, no, you might not recognize anybody that's not named Darren Fletcher. You know, it feels that way, right?
Yeah.
We lost
Mm,
a legendary receptionist who's been there since
mm,
before Fergie or
mm.
during the Busby Babes time, literally in the
Yeah.
60s,
Mm,
to having almost an unrecognizable style of playing football, and
mm.
basically all our United DNA being taken out from the various ladders of the footballing academy.
Yeah.
So it would be nice if we just stay still a little bit.
Okay,
Just
fair enough. All right. So let's go with the most undisputed position first.
yeah,
Okay. Are
I
we sure that the striker is Erling Brot Haaland?
not for me.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Now that makes it
but
even
yeah,
more.
but here's why. See,
Yeah.
it's for me. It is the obvious answer. It is.
Mm.
However, I've been on this what I suppose Man City fans would call an agenda,
Okay.
because it doesn't sound good to them. But I sometimes like to take into account things that you don't expect, and that is why people become part of team of the season.
Mm.
Um,
Mm.
I think Daniel Farke has done a great job with Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I've said it on multiple streams. I
Correct.
said even Carlo Ancelotti couldn't get the best out of it.
Yeah.
His old striking coach and former Everton legend was the last person I remember got the best streak of Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Duncan
Mm.
Ferguson,
Yeah.
when he was interim.
Mm.
That is the last time I can go, man.
He scored what,
Dominic
six games
Calvert,
back to back now for
7, I think,
Leeds?
if I'm not mistaken. He
Mm.
scored the other day again
Yeah.
against Sunderland when they bottled the lead
Mm.
in the second half.
Mm.
Um, so for me, there are some. I mean, you obviously are going to give it to Haaland. I'm
Mm.
not going to pretend like we're not, but there has
Yeah.
to be something to say about the fact that Igor Thiago and Dominic Calvert-Lewin have had good seasons on their own, and they
Ekitike.
definitely. Ekitike, and they also play for not as good teams.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
fair
have
enough.
to take that into account.
Yeah, 100%. I
So
mean,
I
your
mean, they're
chance
all going to
creation
sit here
goes
and say,
down.
"See, no one is going to go like it's not Haaland, right?" But at the same time, if you were to look at everything included,
Hmm.
I think we were pretty sure Leeds was going to go down. It looks like they might just
Yeah, looks like
fight
West Ham
enough.
will take the place now.
Yeah, it looks like they just might fight enough. I think that everybody except Wolves, I think, looks like they want to fight and stay, which is actually turning out to be a wonderful relegation race. I mean, it's
Hmm.
never, it's a bit
Never done
ironic
till
to say
done. Yeah,
wonderful, yeah. But at least we'll see people fight instead of
yeah,
just pack it in like Southampton did last season.
yeah.
Russell Martin, that fraud.
Okay, we'll
Tyler
start from the
Dibling's leg
back.
is worth 50 million, dude. Tyler Dibling's leg, in the end, he got sacked, and Tyler Dibling went for 20 million.
And that to
Both
Everton, where he's not even playing regularly now. But that's a
nonsense.
story for another day. But let's actually start from the back. Okay, let's start with the goalkeeper first. If I move to goalkeeper, in my head there are two three players who I think have done really well this season. One obviously is Robin Roofs from Sunderland.
Yeah,
I mean, he is. I
yeah,
think statistically he's prevented the
yes,
highest XG. Okay,
extra. Yeah,
right? That's the first. Nick Pope, for all this, discredit which Newcastle are getting for rightly the right way, right? He's done a fabulous job. I think he's
yeah.
fighting for a golden glove or something like that. Okay.
Mhm.
The third name which I really want to put is Gianluigi Donnarumma. Okay, and I'll tell you why I'm putting it. This is my personal opinion. I'm sure you would have yours as well. Look, he's a world class keeper. There is no two ways about it. I mean, we can't discredit that a man who made his debut at 16, playing for one of the biggest clubs, etc., etc., right? Won the Champions League, came to Premier League. He
Won
is
the
not a
Euros.
Pep Guardiola keeper. Let's be very honest about it. He's got zero pass with his leg. Honestly, every time I
I
see.
I feel like I'm being set up here to go on a rant, and this is not the video for it.
No, I'll be very genuine to you, right? I don't
Yeah.
look at
No, I
Donnarumma and
agree. That's why I
yeah,
feel like I'm being
he's
set
not
up for a
a
rant. He's
yeah,
not.
he's not a Pep Guardiola keeper by any means. Okay, when you look at the history of keepers, what he's had, all his clubs, but but he is doing what that team needs, which is producing those moments which are keeping them in the game. Look, City's defense is shaky; it's bad. Okay, but he is producing.
Kusanov isn't doing well. Hmm?
Kusanov looks like a fish out of water in Premier League right now. Like I feel bad for the dude. He's a good player, okay, but he just looks bad. But yeah, so Donnarumma, Robin Rooks, Nick Pope, one of those three people, right? I think should get the spot as of now. But I'm sure you would have someone else in your mind.
I actually agree with your first pick. Robin Roofs is the easy one for me, and the reason it's easy one for me is because
Hmm.
again, I'm taking everything as a whole, right?
Yeah,
Sunderland probably had the. Yeah, I'm again. This is going to sound ridiculous, like the DCL thing, but
Hmm.
I think they had the best transfer window, and
Yeah,
it basically shows from where to where they have come. They have come from the championship, and they're seventh right now, tied on
yeah,
points with fifth.
Hmm.
Um, they have gone toe to toe with everyone you could ask for. They have not backed down. They
yeah,
have not given up. They have
Hmm.
not. They have not done anything stupid.
Yeah,
Have they lost? Sure, they have.
yeah. Of
But
course.
but if someone told me at halfway of the season Sunderland would be seventh,
Yeah,
I think no one would believe that. And to be fair, out of the 19 game weeks, I'm pretty sure Sunderland was in the top four for at least five of them. At
They
least
were
five.
they were continuously in top four for 7 game weeks because they
Yeah.
had
So
four
seven, right?
home
Yeah.
games and two away games. I
Yeah.
think it was that time where they lost to Man United, which
Yeah.
is where they went slightly low and then they started
Yeah.
picking up again.
Yeah. So I mean that's 7 game weeks out of 19th one will be today. So
Hmm.
7 out of 18 is incredibly impressive, I would
One
say.
third.
So for me, it's a very easy Robin Roofs.
Hmm.
Can't believe I'm about to say these words, but you have to give a little bit of a shout out to Sanchez, who was absolutely horrible last
Oh
season,
yeah.
and he was a lot better this season. In fact, they're very unfortunate to lose against Aston Villa because
Hmm.
between the first and second goal, the amount of
Hmm.
saves he had to make was incredible.
But
And
also,
then
right,
and then he ends up,
Sanchez got a red card against us, but
yeah,
post
yeah,
that,
he's been good.
he's been
Yeah,
very good.
yeah, I agree.
Right?
I think so. But that is again, that's like an honorable mention. For me, the clear one is Robin Roofs.
Robin Rose. Fine.
And
Let's go
also,
to.
if you take into a fact that they do shuffle the back five a little bit. Sometimes Ballard plays, sometimes
Oh
Mukiele
yeah.
plays,
Hmm.
sometimes Alderete plays. So he's obviously familiar with them because that's his teammates, but he's not
Yeah.
familiar with them in a game setting.
Hmm.
Constantly
Fair.
change.
True. Now that leads me to a very interesting question, okay? Which is your center backs. Okay, when you
Yeah.
think about center backs this season in Premier League, right? The easy choice is Gabriel and Saliba combination. As a unit, they've been probably one of the best defensive units, right? I
Best
mean, they've got,
defensive.
yeah, I mean,
Sure.
best defensive unit hands down. There's no two ways about it because they both are very different center backs. Saliba is more like a Rolls Royce kind of a guy, pass, wait, see. Gabriel is the man for big moments. He scored some beautiful goals for Arsenal, crunch situations. Uh, Even though their depth, right? Like even when Julian Timber plays as a center back, or the guy they signed from Leverkusen, what's his guy's name?
Piero Hincapié.
Yeah, Hincapié. Hincapié looks like a good player. Mosquera looked good whenever he played. Then he got injured or whatever happened to him. So overall, I think the centre back combination is very difficult, is what I think. But there are certain players who I want to give a massive shout out. One
Okay,
of them
so
is
who are your two first? You're going with both double. You're going with double
no,
Arsenal.
no. I don't think it's a double Arsenal for me. The one player who I think should be in the centre back is Marco Senesi from Bournemouth. Okay,
Mm. Oh, it's
because
time to trick people. This is fun. I agree with you.
yeah,
I think
like
it's for
Marco
me,
Senesi.
Gabriel. That's my back.
Yeah, like I'll tell you why I'm picking Marco Senesi. If you look at that Bournemouth defense, right, they all look. They lost so many players. They lost to Zabrani, they lost Hewson, Kerkez. Marco Senesi looks like that player who knows what he's doing. Okay,
Mhm.
even though
Yeah.
Bournemouth hasn't had a great run of form or results, anything of that nature. Okay, in the last 4 or 5 weeks, but Marco Senesi looks like a guy who I think the big six clubs would be looking at him like a vulture and be like, okay, there is a player there. Okay. Like all the hype which Mickey Van de Ven gets, I look at Marco Senesi, I'm like, that's a center back. I like him. That's my first pick. My second pick is Gabriel. So it's Senesi and Gabriel for me.
It's not going to take very long. I completely agree. I completely agree because uh, for the same reasons, I would give a little shout out. I have a little bit of a soft spot to him, but
Mhm.
I think Dan Ballard's going to do really well. I think.
Really?
I think so. I think he's going.
Okay.
I think he's going to grow into the league. Might not
Mhm.
be next year at Sunderland. I think he might get a move. I like him. I like him a lot.
Why is this not
Oh,
playing?
and Gehi. Shout out to
Mark
Matt
Gay.
Nonna. Ma
I
Gehi
I think
also scores goals.
no. Yeah. When I think about it now, right, Gehi, look,
We might have to go Gehi over Senesi actually because he's
yeah, I
scored
think
goals
so.
and apparently he has assists even, which I
Yeah.
obviously don't keep track of. But
You see, now Gehi and
shout out,
Gabriel, is it?
shout out to Rando. Rando with a good shout there. Should
Rando,
be
really?
Gehi and an Arsenal centre back. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
you change the positions either ways, it doesn't matter. I mean, because when I see Gabriel and Gehi, they both actually very, like, I don't know if Arsenal fans
would be
noted
nice.
this, right? Gabriel is dual footed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dual footed. Like, I'm not saying he's
They'll
very
notice him
good.
when he goes to Madrid next year. They'll notice him
Who,
then.
Gabriel?
All these people are going to make a move eventually. Yaar. Why are
I
we
think,
sitting here pretending like they're not? They're all going to make a move.
I
Everyone acts
honestly
like
think
it's not
Gehi is
going to
going
happen.
to Bayern
Sorry,
Munich. I
Rando.
genuinely
Rando
think.
is an Arsenal fan, by the way. I'm just doing it to pull his leg.
I
But
think, yeah.
most people, if you do well in the Premier League, you
Hmm.
Barcelona, PSG,
Yeah.
Real Madrid, somebody is going to come calling. That's how it is. That's how it is. That's how it
Yeah.
is. You
Yeah.
compete with them. That's the deal.
Let's move to my interesting position, right? This is my personal opinion. This season, right, in terms of left back, Premier League has seen a dearth of left backs. I don't remember seeing a very good left back. Like
Yeah.
when you look at some teams, right? Let's go team by team. When you look at Arsenal, you can say Calafiori. Okay. You look at Man City, Nick O'Reilly. Then you look at all the other teams below. I just don't see a good left back. Like genuinely not a good left back. which is so
Disappointed in you, Prashad. I clearly see a good left back.
who?
Diego Dallo.
No, no comments.
What do you mean, no comments?
I honestly think he's better off on the right.
Yeah, sure, but like you just said, there is no standout player.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I'll put him. For me, it's going to be Nico Riley on the left or
For me,
Calafiori.
for me,
I'm
for
okay with
me,
one of them.
it's the thing. Calafiori has done nothing there. But here's the thing, right? If we are going
Yeah.
to go look at it, if you're going to look at it like that,
Hmm.
according to, especially when you say it,
Hmm.
he's playing out of position and he has 2 assists and 2 goals.
Diego
What
Dallo,
is
right?
that? Yeah, what is, who else is playing out of position? None of these players are playing out of position, which
No,
is
but that's not their
more
problem, right?
impressive. No, but which is more impressive? Yeah, but it's his problem and he's doing well. That's what I'm
No,
trying to say.
fair enough. But my question is this, Nathan. If you think about it, you
Hmm.
sign a player for right back. So let's say you sign Jadon Sancho. Ideally, you wanted him to play right wing, but he went on to play left wing because he preferred left wing or number 10, whatever, whatever.
By the way, that is a bad signing on us. He's actually won Premier Bundesliga Player of the Month awards from his contributions at left wing at Dortmund. That
No,
is a
I'm just
very
giving
bad
you an
buy from us.
example
No, I'm
saying
just
that.
saying that was a
Yeah,
bad. We didn't
yeah,
know that because we thought he was going to play right wing, but he's actually won
more
Bundesliga
awards.
Player of the Months from the left wing, which is
Fair.
again our mistake.
Yeah, but okay, let's come back to what I was trying to think. Right, for
Mhm.
me, it's Nico Riley actually. What do you think of him for Man City?
For me, I think Nico Riley is this year's Rico Lewis, except for the fact that he's actually getting steady game time in his first season.
Okay.
I thought when Rico Lewis came out at right back, I thought he was fantastic.
Hmm.
Could play left back, right back, and center defensive mid along with Stones when everything was going well.
Hmm.
Um, I honestly think,
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, I honestly don't mind Nico O'Reilly. Calafiori has been sensational at. Yeah, but mistake you're saying that, and then Rando saying he doesn't even play left back most of the games. He's either striker, right wing, or left winger.
No, the thing with Calafiori is like the
So,
thing with Arsenal is
yeah,
okay. I shouldn't say this, but Mikel Arteta thinks he's Johan Cruyff.
yeah,
I
good
mean,
for him.
when I say Johan Cruyff, not in a sense of disrespect to the guy.
Total football, na? The
Yeah,
total football
exactly. So he
philosophy.
doesn't have a fixed position for a lot of guys,
Yeah.
and the kind of players he has are people who can adapt. Like a Jurian
Mhm.
Timber can play a right back, a center
Julian
back.
Timber was a great buy for him.
Yeah,
Julian
I
Timber was
mean,
a fantastic buy.
Mikel Marino, who's a center midfielder, can play as a number 9, a false 9, left wing. Trossard kind of shifts
Trossard.
between, multiple positions. Eze plays a left wing, right wing, whatever. So he thinks he's
Gyökeres centre back.
Gyökeres and his abs. But yeah, we'll get to that.
He
But
has nice hair, when to be fair to him.
I honestly think, okay, we'll get to that later. Let's go to right back. Do we have a
Wait,
unanimous
who?
choice?
So you don't have an honorable mention? It's clean Nico O'Reilly. Someone
Yeah,
said
for me, it's
Kukurea.
clean Nico
I
Riley. And
think
honorable
I think
mentions
Kukurea.
Calafiori, not Diogo Dallo.
Fine. I think Kukurea is a
I
good
was
shout.
about to
Everyone in the
say,
chat, good
I
shout.
think he's very good in some games. In some games, I don't know what happens to him. But this season, there are better good games than more often than
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
But I would really like to see till the end of the season for Kukure. I mean,
It's
I
tough though.
find
It's
him,
tough though because their centre backs are the weakest. Even if he has a good game, it'll make no difference sometimes.
yeah, true.
That's the sad part.
Yeah. I want to ask you about the right back. Is it Jurian Timber who's the clear winner?
To me, it's between Timber or Daniel Munoz. I'm okay
Perfect.
with either, personally.
I was going to bring this name to you. I honestly think Daniel Munoz is he's going to be more expensive than Adam Wharton.
He's also more attacking, if
Yeah.
that's what you're into. Yeah.
But I think he's a better value for money for Palace than Adam Wharton. I mean, Adam Wharton is English, so you have an English tax of 65, 70 million.
Hmm.
But a good European football team will look at Daniel Munoz and then probably look at Daniel Munoz and say, geez, that is some right back.
I would like to agree with you wholeheartedly, except for the fact that he's 29. and
Yeah,
most
I
people
mean,
don't want a short-term fix because they are going to pay that kind of money.
yeah, I
Short-term
mean,
fix in the sense of number of years of prime left.
yeah,
That's what I mean. But
Mystic.
that way it's a little tough.
So Reece James, right? I think he's right back only for the name. He's a better center midfielder than some of the players I see in Premier League this year. Like a proper engine.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think he's only right back for namesake. I think he's been playing midfield for the
But the
last.
truth of the matter is he can play right back. That is the role freedom he gets from Maresca. Another one from
Yeah,
the Pep. We were talking about Arteta. Maresca does kind of the same thing depending on who the player is.
but there's a difference, no, Nathan. Maresca has got a 50 set of people. So eventually, like
That
someone
is the
like
difference.
Jamie Gittins doesn't even feature regularly for them, which is just a joke. Like he's a very good
It's
player.
not though. I think Garnacho is better than Gittins. I know I get a lot of crap for it, but I think he is. I mean,
No,
like
I'm talking about Gittins and Neto. Like I find Neto very average. Like,
Neto is a traditional winger. Yeah. There is nothing special about him. But
correct.
the thing about it is he has that burst and he has that delivery that makes it will always make him dangerous.
Hmm.
And I think in a time nowadays where people don't cross as well as they used to back in the day, I
Yeah,
think that becomes an added bonus if you can find someone like that in your team.
yeah. Fair enough. So right back, Daniel Munoz.
Ooh, honorable mention?
No, I think right back should be Daniel
No,
Munoz
no,
and
no. Daniel Munoz is the pick, but I have an honorable mention I just thought of.
who?
Michael Coyote.
Who? That's a good shout. That's a very good shout. I actually
God, we
think
are
that's a good.
absolutely being nerds here right now. I can feel it. I can feel how nerdy this is getting.
No, but
Yeah.
I actually think it's a very good shout. Oh, I wanted to say, I would have said Diego Dallo as right wing back, or Amad Diallo actually on the right. Okay. I think he's not getting the credit what a lot of people are kind of disregarding him. They only look like a failed winger who got converted into a wing back, kind of a thing. But the
Hmm.
reality is, Brian Mbumo's performance is all related to Amad Diallo's work rate. If Amad Diallo has a shit game, Brian Mbumo is invisible. I mean, that's a reality.
Hmm. I mean, I I wouldn't go Ahmad, but I also don't think he's a failed winger. I think
Yeah.
in a system where there are no wingers, it would seem that way because you got to put him somewhere.
Hmm.
I think that's unfair, for people who think Ahmad can't play 10. The
Hmm.
thing is, he never ever played 10. See, one of my frustrations, Prashant, is
Yeah.
I always tell people half of our team doesn't play in position, and they were like, only one person doesn't play in position. And I was thinking to myself, if you it's not even about understanding position, it's if you understand roles, you'll understand that they are not being played in position.
Correct.
Anyway, we'll get to United, I guess, after this. let's
Yeah, of
not let's
course.
not talk about now, but yeah.
I actually, now when you think about it, suddenly a name came to my head for honorable mention in centre back. Matthias Delict. Honorable
Hmm.
mention. Okay. I don't think he's making the team of the season so far, but honorable mention because, look, one, obviously, player of the month, whatever he got, right? Second, he's been standout defender for Man United. Okay.
Hmm.
It's been one of those seasons for Man
Oh wait,
United.
standout defender. Oh, I disagree.
Really?
Yeah,
Who? Who do you think? It's
Luke
Harry
Shaw.
Maguire? Yeah, I
No, I
think
think it's Luke Shaw.
I'm not considering Burger Man as
What
of
do you
now.
mean you're not considering him? You go tell our manager not to play him at centre back. What do you mean you're not considering him?
Look, I'll be very candid to you in terms of Luke Shaw, right? I want to see
Oh,
more
don't tell me
evidence.
about his injuries, dude.
No,
I
no,
don't want
no,
to
no,
hear
no.
that.
Look, injuries happen to anyone. He's been consistent. He's been one of, I think, for
He's the
Player of the
best in my
Season
life.
award for Man United, Luke Shaw is a very strong contender.
Also
Okay.
out of position, by the way.
Yeah, he's been left centre back sometime in his early career, but didn't play.
He only played left centre back to me when we went to a back five under
Correct.
Ole, and I remember it
And
vividly. It
Van
was
Hal.
back
Van
to
Hal
back
played him
games.
as a centre back as well, couple of games, but that's not any sample size as such.
I remember it very vividly. We had PSG and Dortmund back to back in group stage
Correct.
games in the UCI. I remember him playing there next to Bailly and Lindelof, and it was
Axel Tunzabe's claim to fame, whatever.
yeah, it was a tough watch back then. Now he's actually grown into it, though. To be fair to him.
Hmm. What do you think about the center defensive midfield position, CDM? Right.
Wait, so we're going 4-3-3, right? We didn't.
As of now, it's four at the back. We'll see the three how it goes. I want a defensive midfielder in the lineup because I'll tell you why. I think a defensive midfielder is one of the most important positions in football, and there are very few defensive
Oh,
midfielders as such.
it's time to get nerdy, guys. Get ready. The CDM for me, it's one of two. It's either this man or it's the man who's come back into the league, Granit Xhaka.
Thank God you didn't mention Declan Rice.
He should be a bloody six, but he's not anymore, apparently.
He's not a six. I'll tell
Yeah,
you
but
my.
people say he's not a six so confidently, and I'm like, what do you think he did at West Ham? What do you think Mark Noble was
At
standing
West Ham,
behind
he
him?
was number 10.
Oh, come on, yeah. Mark Noble used to play next to him, yeah. Mark Noble's no 10, yeah. Come on.
Of course not. I mean, but we'll get to Declan Rice later. But first and foremost, I want to mention this gentleman.
Yeah.
For me, he is been the standout midfielder in Premier League this season. People can, for lack of a better word, people can wank all about Declan Rice. Okay. But Moises Caicedo, okay,
Yeah.
does the job for the team, scores a banger of a goal, does all the dirty work for Chelsea. Like he's literally the dirt cleaner in that midfield. Okay, plays his heart out after that 100 million tag what he was given as, right? Like saying that he's a failed midfielder, he didn't do well, blah 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 blah. Ask any Chelsea fan, can they look at that midfield and think, oh, Reece James will play, I'll play Enzo and Reece James? They will not feel confident. They'll say, no, we need Caicedo and Reece James. They'll say, I don't care who plays next to Caicedo, but Caicedo has to be
Yeah, I think the
the main
scrutiny is coming on Enzo now. Enzo Fernandez is going to be under a lot of scrutiny
guy.
this year.
But they moved him to a number 10 position. And I was like,
Bro, they can move him into the goal. He's still not playing well.
I think so too. So let's
They can
agree
move him
here.
wherever.
Moises Caicedo. Any
For me,
honorable mention?
honestly, for me, I think Granit Xhaka. But I honestly think, again, I'm just looking at it overall. I think, okay, it is Caicedo. For me, I'm okay with Caicedo or Xhaka. The reason I pick Xhaka is one thing only. People basically thought he's coming back here for a paycheck and he's going to be fodder. Let's be frank, right?
Yeah.
Rando's an
I
Arsenal
honestly thought
fan.
that. I was like he's done. Washed
Rando's an Arsenal fan. If you ask Rando, did you think he's coming here to tear up the league? No one will think so.
Correct.
But I 100% will tell you this. His personal performances withstanding have been sensational.
Yeah.
In a Sunderland team.
I'll also tell you
it was
one
great,
more.
but helps a lot. Xhaka for me. Oh. Granit Xhaka. I'm okay with either. I'm okay with either.
Like if I had to concede, right? There's another shout which I think people are not actually mentioning his name at all is John McGinn. Okay. John McGinn in center midfield has become a revelation for Unai Emery. For people who forgot John McGinn is your John O'Shea kind of a player for any manager. He'll do what the team needs. You ask him to play right back, he'll say yes, sir. You ask him to play center midfield, he'll say yes, sir. You ask him to play number 9, yes, sir. So John McGinn is another player who I think is going under the radar, and he's the most important player for Unai Emery, I think. All the hype around Morgan Rogers, Kamara, Amadou Onana and all that. Ask Unai Emery, he'll say, no, I need John McGinn. Because Pau Torres is another player who's had a good season, got injured at the wrong time. But John McGinn saves that defense massively. Okay. So, if you ask me, I would concede to Granit Xhaka, honestly. Okay, out of these three, Caicedo, Granit Xhaka, and John McGinn. Like, for me, it's still Caicedo, but I do get...
Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with either. I just look at it with... I also have to take into account who they're playing with there. I think it's important because at the end of the day, we are picking individual players to make a combined team of the season. So I'm looking at it from that point of view. I'm like, you have to realize who they're playing around with, and you have to acknowledge their personal contribution in order to put them wherever you want to put them.
Honorable mention to Casemiro. Do you think so?
I think Casemiro's had a good season this year. I don't know if I'd give an honorable mention. It also depends on how long your honorable mention list is, to be fair.
I don't think he should be in the honorable mention list. I'll tell you why. I think he's only playing 65-70 minutes. I'm not. So
Yeah,
look, his
fair
legs are
enough.
gone, right?
Fair enough.
That's the reality.
I don't believe that theory though, Prashant. I have to be
Really?
honest. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm kind of annoyed with people who use that as an excuse. I have to be honest. Nico Gonzalez,
Oh,
Kamara has
absolutely.
been great too. Kamara has been great. Bubakar Kamara has been great as well. Yeah, Villa, Villa overall as a team has been really good. After the first 5 games.
Yeah, this I've read multiple times. Like
Yeah,
Pauline,
Palhinha started out well. I
yeah,
don't know
but then
for
he's
how many
tapered off.
games. Yeah,
He's
I thought
erratic.
so. Yeah.
Yeah. This is one comment which I wanted to address. So I don't like Elliot Anderson. Okay, like I think he's far too overrated, and I honestly think
Nonsense, dude. He's fantastic.
Elliot Anderson is better suited for Man City than Man United. Okay, he's better suited for Man City type of a game.
Okay, okay. Why do you not like Elliot Anderson? First, tell me. At least let me know why you don't like him.
I think one is my personal preference of a choice of a midfielder, the type of midfielder I like. Okay, I usually like.
What type of midfielder is Elliot Anderson first?
I think Elliot Anderson is a proper box to box midfielder.
So eight.
He's yeah, he's a 8. He's not a 6. Okay,
Hmm.
let's get that out of the window. He can read the game well. His tackling is, I would say, okay. His passing is excellent. He's got a big heart to run. He's got an engine to run up and down. He's a proper box to box midfielder. I think he's a polished version of Scott McTominay, like a very polished version. Not in terms of goals or outputs, but you get what I'm trying to say. He's always there and thereabouts in the box, and he's very
Yeah.
intelligent. Okay,
Yeah.
I think he's more suited for a Man City kind of a role. Like if you ask me, right, when Gundogan has left Man City, if they want a guy like Gundogan, Elliot Anderson is the guy. Because you have Tejani Reinders, who's more of a number 10, but he's forced to play a midfield. You have a Nico Gonzalez, who's expected to do next to what Rodri is doing. Look,
Rodri.
Matthew Nunes has played right back. He's ideally their replacement, but he no longer plays center midfield. Okay. But Elliot Anderson, I think, is the guy for Man City, not for Man United. For Man United, if I had to buy, I honestly think Carlos Baliba is still a good midfielder. Uh, but I'm not keen on buying Carlos Baliba. And the reason is very simple because I don't want 7 players to go for AFCON, dude. I'm not running an
Okay.
AFCON
Okay.
show.
How about this? Right. We'll talk about United after the team 11.
Yeah.
So only because just someone just favorite this statement. So what we can do is we can get back to it because I don't want Baliba, and we'll talk
Okay.
about that after the list is done. I have a very simple reasoning for
Fair.
it. But yeah,
So one defensive midfielder, 2 central
yeah.
midfielders. One name I think I'm going to put without even asking you is a guy called as Bruno Fernandes. You don't agree?
I do agree. I have nothing to say.
If
I have nothing to contribute to the statement.
so, Granit Xhaka and Bruno Fernandes are
And
two.
Declan Rice. I think that midfield will be crazy.
You want 2 defensive midfielders.
I mean it depends on if you which Arsenal fan you ask, but sure.
Do you have any other midfielder who you think should make it?
Um, Not from Chelsea, not from Spurs,
No. I'll tell you
not
another
from
midfielder's
City.
name who I think is a proper player, and I think a lot of people are not actually.
Stash,
Sorry?
Stash. I don't know.
Yes. From Leeds. He's due for a big money move. He's good set pieces, okay, good free kick, extremely good passing. Most importantly, the thing with that Leeds midfield is he is the only guy who knows how to control the tempo, but Leeds don't control the tempo.
Yeah.
Okay, he's instructed to
Thank you,
play
Farke.
faster. Okay,
Thank you, Farke.
yeah, like for me, Tanaka is a very interesting shout, but I really want to see more of Tanaka because I think there's a smart player there.
I
Okay,
could
there's
be wrong, but he was Championships Player of the Season
player
as
of the
well.
season,
Now
correct? You're right.
Tanaka.
Right, there's a very good player there.
Very good, very good.
I would have said Elliot Anderson, but I honestly think Elliot Anderson is being asked to play a very different role under Sean Dyche. Under Sean Dyche, he's been asked to play the conductor. Okay, he's been asked to say नहीं 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 तुम बॉल रखो, तुम ज्यादा पास नहीं करना क्योंकि हम एक गोल के ऊपर नहीं मारेंगे, हम
Yeah,
फॉरेस्ट हैं, हम हराम बॉल खेल के जीतेंगे types. Because Sean Dyche comes with that ideology, right?
yeah.
So I honestly think between all the midfielders I mentioned, I think Starch, proper midfielder. I think big money move is on the cards. Another midfielder who I think, okay, this is just my hunch with it. Zubimendi. Okay, I think he's a very good midfielder. He doesn't deserve a spot in the team as of now.
Hmm.
Okay, but there is a quality player there. Like when I look at some of the passes he tries to put it in Arsenal, right?
Yeah. I think he is a good player. I mean, I didn't see him in the Sociedad games. I was told to be scared of him, but I mean, no.
No, but he's good. Alex Scott, I think his hype as
Yeah,
of now.
come on.
I haven't
No, come
seen
on.
anything.
You're gonna break Mystic's heart, dude. Think about this. Think about it really hard. Okay. Because Mystic is the only person I know that's on the Alex Scott agenda. And if he does show up, he shows up at Manchester United. No, we'll never hear the end of it. So I'm telling you, think really hard before you say
Okay.
anything about Alex Scott.
So I think my midfield is still going to be Shaka and Fernandez. No, I really feel bad, man. I think there should be a Declan Rice or a Caicedo.
It's gotta be a Rice. It's
Yeah,
gotta be a
I'm trying
Rice,
to
man.
think. It should be a
We can't not
Caicedo.
have Rice or Caicedo in the team. It's
Yeah,
even
true.
crazy.
I think I'll go with Rice since I have Shaka. A
You can have
Rice
it.
kind of player makes
But
more
but, but to
sense.
be honest, right? Like this is not a dig to Caicedo, like he doesn't deserve to be there. It's more
Yeah,
like a taking individual performances into account and which teams they play for.
correct.
Right. So I don't think we are snubbing anyone
No, no, no.
disrespectfully. I think
Like
I
Reece
think we
James,
have
for example, right? He really deserves a shot in that midfield, man.
I
Like
think so. I
madness.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Like,
think so. I agree. He also could be a nice shout for sure.
yeah, that
Yeah.
is one player I think, whenever I look at Reece James and I'm like, shit, man, like what a player. Like, genuinely good, but injuries just prevent him from injuries.
Yeah. I mean, it has gotten better, to be fair to him this year. Has
Yeah.
gotten better.
I want to go to a position which I think there is only one winner for me there. Okay. Okay. Let's go to the number 10 position.
Wait, 1 minute. We did three, na?
No, we did three. So I said it's 4-1-2, whatever. I have number
What?
10, two strikers.
Oh, don't do this
4-2-3-1,
hipster stuff, yeah.
basically.
Please, yeah, don't make me cry.
No, I
You
said
are
I want two
hipster stuff,
strikers. Nathan, I want two
yeah.
strikers.
Two
And I know my.
strikers.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you're channeling English heritage football or what with your two
No, no,
striker
but I
formation?
want two strikers, three midfielders, and one number 10. I have a very inconsistent name for a number 10, but I really think it deserves a shot.
I think you're going to say Cherky, aren't you?
Yeah.
You said inconsistent. That's how I thought.
He's magic, man. Like whenever I see Ryan Cherky, and I'm like, my God, what talent. Like, how do you get him for 35 odd million, dude?
I mean, we could have got him for that, but
Yeah.
I mean, if we buy any more tens, no, we won't have any defenders.
So number 10. So you have Ryan Cherky. There is Mbuemo, who's actually a 10, but 7 goals this season. Probably
Who also is not a 10. Funny
who's
enough.
also not a 10, correct. Morgan Rogers,
Morgan Rogers, Phil Foden.
that's another shout. I was thinking, oh my God, I said Ryan Cherky, but then there's Phil Foden now. Then, oof. Who
So
else
it
is
could be
doing very
tough.
well as number 10 when I think about it? I don't
How about McAllister?
know. I think McAllister will not get into my 5-a-side team. My 5-a-side team, which is not even great. But yeah, I'm not playing McAllister. Soboslai, he would have been more in a central midfield spot.
Right
but
back position is taken, Mystic. Sorry.
someone said Florian Wirtz. Okay. Yeah, I think he can get into the 10 in terms of the highest price paid for a number 10. But
Yeah.
not in.
Or maybe the reserve team. Honorable mention reserve team. I forgot
What do you
Soboslai in
think for number
midfield.
10?
Gotta be
When you
Foden,
said Phil
isn't it?
Foden, right? My mind went just blank. I'm like,
It's gotta be Foden.
it's got to be Foden, no? Got to be Foden. But
Unfortunately.
Xavi Simons, I want to actually say this, okay, about Xavi Simons. Looks a great player on paper, but looks a bad player on the pitch. Like, he just looks lost.
It just goes to show you, do not name your kids after famous footballers. That's all I'll say.
Like, I genuinely think he's such a good player, but he looks lost on the football pitch. I don't know, is it a Thomas Frank thing, or I don't know what it is.
Thomas Frank saved a struggling Brentford with no youth academy, dude. I can't imagine it's a Thomas Frank thing. I can't.
He looks so lost. Like, whenever I look at Xavi Simons, I'm like, you're such a good player, man. Like, what? Why are you not working out? Like, the entire world wanted you last year. PSG wanted you, not Madrid. Like, so many other clubs wanted you, right? Uh, Why has it not worked out? I don't know. Why not Mbuemo? That's a good question. The answer is he's competing with a guy called as Phil Foden, who I think is phenomenal. As a United fan, with stone in my heart, I can say if there is one position as number 10, and if there is Cole Palmer, Phil Foden, Ebrichi Eze, all these sort of names which Thomas Tuchel keeps putting here and there, right? If England do not play Phil Foden at number 10, it's going to be criminal. Like, what else should the guy do? Like, play him on the left side of the wing now, really? So,
Yeah, Manas says Odegaard can play 10. Your thoughts, Prashant?
Odegaard can play number 10. I think Odegaard can play number 10 with the reserves. Okay, fine. I'll not break my agenda or whatever the people will say, right? I honestly think he's nothing special.
Yeah, my problem with Martin Odegaard is very simple. Everyone goes on about how he does the simple things well, right? And to be very honest, that is true.
Yeah.
The real problem is that position is tailor made for magic, not simplicity.
Like Mesut Ozil, right? 65 minutes,
Hold on.
magic in 3 minutes. Things can change.
Forget that. Why are we talking about them? The people we currently named only have shown magic. Mbuemo, Foden, Cherky, Rogers. These people only have magic. Why are we going somewhere else? Let's forget whatever the current people we are talking about only have magic in them.
Yeah.
We lost to Aston Villa based on magic, nothing else.
No, it was pure magic. Like, first goal, right? Of course, you can blame Ugarte or Euro, whatever, right? But that strike, like, it's probably going to be contender for goal of the season. Whether it will win or not, we don't know.
So my thing is, people say they keep the ball, keep it simple, keep it ticking. I'm like, you don't buy a 10 to do that.
No.
You don't buy a 10 to do it. It's great. It's a great thing to have, but that's not what you buy a number 10 for.
Yeah.
So
another honorable mention, Jeremy Doku, but not a number 10. He's more winger, right? You don't ask Jeremy Doku track back, or you don't ask saying that bhag mat bhai ball leke. You give the ball to Jeremy Doku and say, do your thing, bro. Like, I really don't care. Just do your thing. Okay. Another honorable mention for me. What do you think about Eze? Look, because there are a lot of pundits who are waxing lyricals about Ebrichi Eze on how he snubbed Tottenham. He won the North London derby on his own, whatever. He plays left wing. Sorry?
He did do that, to be fair.
He plays left wing for Arsenal, sometimes plays as number 10, sometimes he covers the right wing, whatever. What do you think of Eze? Do you think
I think if you're not a nailed on starter, you can't be in this conversation. Only because it does a disservice to everybody else we have just picked. No other reason. So to even have him in the conversation just because you like what he did in this moment or that moment or for a few games, I think it's a little bit difficult to put him in a conversation when you're not even nailed on as a starter.
Yeah,
I think people's perception of Odegaard is only from Arsenal. Well, I also feel he's restricted. Odegaard for Norway is also so different. Yeah, but Rando, this is it. This is all we can go on. You're probably right, and probably Mbuemo doesn't play in the 10 at Cameroon, and neither does Ahmad. Then I mean,
so many players.
Whatever Mazraoui plays at right back, which is probably something he hasn't done since he joined our club.
Hardly
Uh,
he's played right back, to be honest with you. Hardly. Okay.
so
I don't
anyway,
rate
yeah,
Eze that
that's
high.
a fair shout. Fair shout to Rando.
How
That's a
has
great.
Morgan Gibbs White fell off this season? I think the answer is Sean Dyche. You remember, like I saw this news today. Brennan
I
Johnson is
actually
going
think
to
it's
join.
Marinakis. Marinakis has killed his desire to play. I have to be honest.
I think I read this news today morning. Brennan Johnson is going to join Palace because Spurs are going to sell him. He's not getting into Thomas Frank's 11 or whatever. He was one player. Whenever I looked at Brennan Johnson, I was like, go wherever you want, but don't go to Spurs. That's not a club for you. I thought Brennan Johnson should have gone. I'm just giving a random example. A club like Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City, not even United. Okay, these kind of clubs where your flair will not be controlled.
Yeah.
Your flair
Well, I
will be
mean,
like
in Man
you.
City, it is, no? I mean, Jack Grealish got heavily controlled, I would say,
Yeah,
outside of one season.
but you think Jack Grealish got controlled because of his off-field antics? Because that man never
No,
trained.
I think Pep doesn't like it when people are too wild cardy, basically.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
Brennan
think he
Johnson is
likes
not
it.
wild card. He's decent.
He's
I mean,
not wing play.
yeah,
I think Chelsea would have been perfect for him. They love
yeah.
wing play. So did we. Rest in peace.
One point of time.
Philosophy.
Yeah, three at
When
the
we were
back.
younger. When we were younger.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, so number 10, Phil Foden.
It has to be, no? It has to be.
What do you think?
Just
So
has
I
to
want
be.
to play two strikers. Okay, I'll show you my
We
formation
have picked,
after.
we have picked one striker, right? Oh, you have it in the background. You're setting it up for later.
Yeah,
I was wondering if you're doing it or not. That's why.
no, I am.
I
I'll
was
show
like,
you.
how are we going to remember this at the end
I
of the
do.
stream?
I'll just.
Okay. Uh,
One striker is fixed.
Diego Gomez from Brighton, who scored the other day. In the
Nah,
I don't. Does he play regularly? That's the only thing. I have not
he
watched a lot
does.
of Brighton this
But
season.
this Fabian Hurzler and that hype train with that midfield, what he has, right? He leaves the midfield open like it's a joke.
Who plays in the midfield? Baleba and Ayari, right? That's who plays in the midfield.
Yeah. But the thing is, he makes Carlos Baliba go right up to number 10. And I'm like, why? Why would you do that to him? But, anyways, we'll come to the United bit later. But the most important question, one striker is Erling Brot Haaland. Who do
Yeah,
you think is
yeah.
the other striker? Like,
It's got to
I
be.
want to hear people who think Erling Brot Haaland is not going to be the player of the season, like genuinely.
Oh God, they'll have to go back to the beginning of the stream to hear my take so they can pull out the hair. Uh, that'll be
Like,
fun.
I have a name for him. I think he's a Adi Manav. He's an ape
I
or
call him
whatever that
Robo
means.
Blonde.
Like, like what?
Yeah,
19 goals, man. It's half the
I,
season.
I call him Robo Blonde. That's my name for him.
You remember that guy from Rocky? He looks like that guy.
Ivan Drago.
Igor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, there is nothing which stops Erling Haaland. I don't think anything is stopping.
Oh, if we win, play of the season, Declan Rice.
If I think Arsenal. Okay, I
Hey,
think
I tell you right now, it's not going to be a striker. That's for sure.
but
Bro, that scam. They got scammed. Yeah. Seriously,
yeah,
I'm being for real though. He scored 60 goals last season, and Marino looks more comfortable than him. That's
he's a
crazy,
defensive striker, Nathan.
bro. He can defend. He can defend in Sweden, bro. It doesn't make any difference. Well, forget that. They are not even scoring for Sweden.
But since you brought this topic, right?
I didn't.
Yeah,
Just for
you
the
brought.
record.
Yeah, Mystic brought it. Since we are speaking about Gyökeres, okay? Let's address the elephant in the room, which I think no one is
Who?
talking about it.
Ben?
One is Gyökeres, Isak. Okay, obviously got injured. I will never question someone who's got fractured and stuff like that. Shesko to a certain extent, but we'll keep Shesko out of the debate for time being. But these two strikers, third striker is Ekitike.
Yeah.
Fourth one is Walter Mede. Four strikers, out of which three were the hottest property in the summer. Ekitike, Gyökeres, Isak. Okay,
Yeah.
three hot properties in the summer. All three went for big money moves to a certain extent. Fourth one, Walter Mede. In my opinion, he looks like the bargain at 85 million. For all the names which I mentioned, right? Like he looks like,
Voltemada, you're saying Voltemada is the bargain. Interesting.
yeah, yeah. I think Premier League have found. I said that in football bloody hell as well. I think Walter Mede is a striker which a lot of Premier Leagues missed out on. They could have got him for 30-40 million. Okay, now he's at Newcastle. They're not going to sell him. If ever he comes into the market, right, with good form like what he's having right now, he's going to cost you 70-75 million. He's a better striker than some of the names I mentioned, right? Like, I think he's a better striker than Gyökeres. He's more killer. He doesn't give you a second. Like, Walter Mede does not give you a second chance. I rate strikers who don't think inside a box. Okay? See the ball, finish it, move on. Walter Mede has done that perfectly this season, for Newcastle at least.
Okay. Mine would be Ekitike, because I feel like he can do more than just be a striker.
Correct. Fair.
So I think again, from a utilitarian perspective, especially a team like us who currently is short in certain positions, a player like that in general across the board is always worth their weight in gold, especially if they have a certain quality to them.
Gyökeres and
Did you read that? Gyökeres, I'm convinced, is the perfect bouncer replacement for a pub.
North London. I think perfect bouncer replacement for a pub in North London is Martinelli, because he'll run away inside of any trouble, because that's what he does, no?
I mean, I remember doing the watch along for one of the Arsenal games. And I was like, oh God, they bought on Martinelli, and then 3 minutes later he scores. I was like,
He'll do that. Martinelli, I think this is my very honest opinion. There are certain footballers who have scammed the entire world. I'll tell you some names, okay?
Robinho.
Oh, forget that. Aaron Lennon for England. They called him the fastest winger or whatever. They never said that he's the most stupid winger because he doesn't have a brain. Okay. Then there is Martinelli. I don't know what is he good at. He runs fine. I mean, I'm not running a marathon. He just runs. He's not clinical. He'll finish one of those wonder goals. Martial and Martinelli. Like, I really don't know what is the big skill. But we'll go to that Martinelli debate later. But there are certain names which Manas has mentioned. Joe Pedro. Good shout. Igor Thiago. Proper striker. I think he's Brentford's Mbuemo right now. He's going to give them big money.
I believe Arush put his two up here. Igor Thiago and DCL. So he also is of the thought, no Haaland. Interesting. Those are the two names we picked at the beginning of the stream, Arush, as well. So that's interesting. But, so who would be your second, I guess, is the point. Martinelli is a better striker than Gyökeres. In fact, hot take, Martinelli is the best striker in Arsenal.
I think that's Mikel Merino, but okay.
Ooh, Merino is there. That's right.
Yeah. I think there are two players I'm confused with. One is Ekitike. I have to give it to Ekitike because of the utility factor, and he looks a good player. Like, I would have loved to have Ekitike at Man United.
I called it before the season, so I feel very happy whenever someone says something nice about Ekitike.
Ekitike is one player. The second is Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I'm confused between them because I think Dominic Calvert-Lewin is having a resurgence in Premier League. I don't know what is going to happen to Leeds. Genuinely. Okay, I really don't know.
Seriously, Farke has to be given credit. Farke has to be given credit for this. You can't just say it's his resurgence. You have to give him credit to Daniel Farke. You have to. Bro, he was playing under way better coaches than Daniel Farke. Way better. And they couldn't get anything out of him. They couldn't even keep him fit. Here, this guy is being fit and scoring goals.
Whatever injury he had was at the start of the season and then got better or whatever.
It's incredible, yeah. You have to give it to him. Like, I mean, for me, it's Thiago or DCL. You can pick, dude. I'm happy with either person.
See, now you have Haaland as one striker, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think Ekitike, because you need someone who's
going to drop in deep and
help. But Igor Thiago is a good shout. So is DCL. But Haaland, DCL, Igor Thiago, they're all similar ilk. Of course, not in terms of quality. Of course, Haaland is right now in the form of his life, right? I'll also tell you why I think Ekitike is a very good player. Okay, what I think this is my personal opinion. Ekitike is a very thinking striker. Okay, the midfield does not play the ball to him. He makes the midfield play ball where he is. That's a good sign of a striker.
Yeah.
Long back, right? One of my favorite podcasts, and I highly recommend it to people, is watch Michael Owen's finishing masterclass. Okay, he does a masterclass.
Oh God, I thought you were going to tell me listen to Michael Owen talk, and I was like, oh
no. I don't encourage anyone to watch Michael Owen talk, but I do encourage people to watch Michael Owen's finishing masterclass. There's a beautiful line he said about finishers. He said, "You can't teach someone how to finish in front of the goal. It's instinct, right?
Instinct.
There are certain players." So he gave great examples. He said there's a theory Henry, when you give him the ball inside the box, he will make 2 or 3 touches, take the defender in the wrong way, score. That's one type of goal which he can score. There is a certain Ruud van Nistelrooy. He'll have the worst first touch, but put the ball inside the box, that's a goal. Okay. Then there is a certain striker like Alan Shearer. You don't give him half chance. Those guys will just murder you. At the end of the day, they're that good. Okay. He was talking about Rasmus Højlund and on his struggles and all that kind of stuff, right? So he was trying to explain that the ball is not being played to him as a striker. You need continuous channels.
Thank you. I've been saying that the last 5 months. Thank you, Michael Owen.
He
My
was
God,
explaining
anyone
all
can
that,
say that.
and this is where I think Ekitike is a different player. What Ekitike does is he makes the midfield play the ball to his strength. That's because of his positioning. He will drop between 2 players, go here and there,
Create his own gaps.
yeah. Okay. Same is with Voltemede as well. He will always find right space for him. Now, whenever people say such things like this, right, he isn't a very good finisher. If you're comparing to Salah, he isn't. I agree. He's a better finisher than Isak. I can give that to you. He is a smarter finisher than Isak.
Wow.
I honestly think Isak.
You're getting us clipped up in your first live. This is wonderful.
No, that's okay. I think Isak is for lack of a better word, Isak finishes because of his strength. Okay, not because of his positioning. Ekitike finishes because of his positioning. He's so intelligent. He's so difficult to mark. Like, right? Isak is not going to run through the channels. Isak is going to be there, push the defender, make space for himself and shoot. Ekitike will be just like, for lack of a better word, Ekitike is like a mosquito. He'll just wander here and here and here.
Yeah.
Gone, finish.
He doesn't mind getting dirty even. He doesn't mind like staying in one place, making sure he creates his own space, standing still and moving.
Yeah. I like a player like Ekitike's quality because as a defender, like if I'm a centre back and I have Isak and I have Ekitike, I'll be more worried about Ekitike, not Isak. Because I know Isak will play man to man to me.
Oh, that's exactly what I told Lala.
Yeah.
When we played Liverpool, I said if Ekitike starts, I'm going to start panicking.
Yeah, I think another player, like between both of them, right? Why I'm more tensed about Ekitike is he will always look ahead, not look behind. I hate strikers when they look behind. I'm like, you don't know where your midfield is. Why are you looking behind? Ekitike looks at those gaps and is like, yeah, that's that place. Yeah. That makes life difficult. Okay, so my second choice of striker is going to be Ekitike. Okay, let me share what I think is our team.
Wait, this is where everyone gets to clip it. I guess you can make a shot of this, Prashant.
Yes,
you know how
I will.
I don't know how to. So good luck with that.
So we started with Robin Roofs, Munoz, Gabriel, Gehi, Nico Riley, okay, Granit Xhaka, Fernandes, Rice, Foden, Ekitike, Haaland. Now I can change the formation for you.
No, it's okay.
I think this is a better formation than a 4-4-2. Okay. We have an honorable mention team. We can add any player you want if you think about it. We thought about Ekitike, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Igor Thiago, Voltemede.
No, on the top of the list of honorable mentions that we have not put in the team has to be Moises Caicedo. He has to be the first name.
Moises Caicedo and Reece James for me.
They got to be
those two players. Yeah. And for goalkeeper, Donnarumma or Nick Pope. Okay, like Saliba here, quite possible, man. I'll not deny that. Nathan, the most important question. So far, who has been the manager of the season?
There's only 2 options for me. It can't be anybody else. It's either Regis Lebris or Unai Emery.
Left field, okay. I thought Unai Emery. Yeah, I thought
11 matches unbeaten. out of the 18
I
they
thought
played?
Unai Emery is the standard. I think everyone should
Oh,
mention.
okay,
That's
okay,
the
like
first.
that. Yeah, I
If
mean, I have two,
Sunderland,
which you can pick
yeah,
whichever. I'm okay with whichever.
I'll tell you who's my manager of the season so far. Okay, but I think will be a popular choice after a point of time. It's not Mikel Arteta for sure. It's going to be Pep Guardiola for me.
Interesting.
I'll tell you why. Okay, a man of his quality to swallow his ego and to play a style of football which he absolutely hates. Okay, this is not Man City of his level or whatever quality we've seen Man City over the years. But a top man, I think this is a lesson to Ruben Amorim as well, that you have to play what your squad is, adapt, change, fight, think about different ways. Don't be stubborn on your tactics. You can adjust, right? The best managers in the world adjust. Carlo Ancelotti adjusts according to the team. You can't say my system is two at the back or three at the back. You can't just say that. You have to play
Are
with
you
what the
are
team.
you trying to say something, Prashant?
No, no. I'm trying to say that adaptability is the word for me.
Oh my God! If we don't win today, oh my, the hell that's going to break loose is going to be incredible
You know,
from every corner of the world.
Annie asked me today, okay, uh, that if you lose against Wolf, is it a sackable offense? I said sackable offense was Everton, West Ham.
Bro,
Now
I
what
can't
are you going to
believe,
sack him
bro, I
for?
can't believe people asking that question, yaar. I can't tell you how frustrating it is to hear people ask. The asking only is frustrating, yaar. The asking part only makes me go mad.
Like, I don't
Bro,
know, like,
they're the worst team in England. England, not Premier League in England. There are non-league sides that have wins.
I think he's got two wins in 50, so 25 games or something like that. No, two wins in that year or whatever that stat is. I don't know.
Bro, you wanted. I'm going to bore people with that. I've done this 3 times already. But the last
Yeah,
time we played Wolves, okay, this is what I read out. I think Animesh was actually on that stream.
yeah.
Just to prove my point, because sometimes in life you have to be shameless to get across people. Okay, check this out. Okay,
Hmm.
so this is when we played them 2 weeks ago. Okay,
Yeah.
Sheffield Wednesday in the championship.
Hmm.
Okay, 18 games, 1 win.
They're getting almost in the second
No,
last or
no.
whatever.
By the way, upon reading that, 2 days later they got the second win. But they're not up. I've not updated this list, so I'm just going to leave it as is.
Yeah.
Port Vale, League
Hmm.
One, 3 wins in 18 games. Actually, quite decent. Actually,
One third.
Newport County, League Two, 3 wins, 18 games.
Hmm.
And I don't know if you even heard of this team, Truro from the National League, 3 wins in 21 games. And people are still telling you that it's okay, we should lose to Wolves.
I'll add one more thing to that. Okay, just for
Hashtag
context.
United also won games. Yes, I
Yeah,
forgot to
I'll
add
add
that
one
part.
more thing to that. If any manager tells you that this is how I'm going to play, my way or the highway, that's a red flag.
It should be a red flag, but some people think it's not because that's
Look, I
what you
get a lot of
model your.
stick for criticizing Amorim, saying that hey, you wanted a tactical manager, you wanted a good manager, blah 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 blah. I said good is results based. His results aren't good. Like this is
I
a
mean,
result based.
Rando is an Arsenal fan. I bet you he takes 38 1-nils instead of 24 nils and 10 losses.
Like one of the most happiest game which I saw last week was Newcastle. Not because he changed the formation and all that. I saw the man was less stubborn. He was less stubborn. He changed mid game. He tried. Look, I don't agree with the substitutions and all that. Okay, that's a story for another day or whatever.
Yeah.
But I saw a man who wanted to win the game and not stick to his system. Because when I looked at the Everton game, I saw him playing three at the back with one man down, and I was like, "What are you up to, sir? Like, do you need some other invitation to win this game?" Okay, so I'm very happy with how things are going with him, but there needs to be massive improvement for him as well. But I'll not drag this, okay? But I have two questions for you before we leave, Nathan. The first question is, do you think United will buy a midfielder in the January window? If yes, who?
So initially, I was convinced we are doing nothing,
Hmm.
and based on what I read recently, I guess we are doing nothing. But it's time to agenda, shall we, Prashant? So I've been on the Jimmy Garner hype train for as
Okay.
long as I can think of,
Hmm.
and I just looked at it from a logical point of view. We have money issues,
Hmm.
which is fine. The second thing is he has 6 months left on his contract, and as it is, he does not want to resign.
Correct.
Apparently, he can extend for a year, but I don't know
One more
why
year,
you
plus one. Yeah.
why would you want to do that when he clearly doesn't want to sign for you, right? Like
No, they've
you're
got a
just
contract where they can trigger that 1 year, so he can't leave in the.
but why would they, right? He
So
clearly
that they
doesn't
don't
want to
lose
do
him
that.
for free, no.
I think
Any
take
money
the
for
20
Gardner
million,
is.
take that 20 million and walk here, because going for zero, Everton can't afford to lose people for zero anymore. Okay,
Correct.
I'm sorry, they are not a club that can afford no Europe, no
Yeah.
any kind of football, and they
Mm.
are miring down at 12th, 13th place, and they
Yeah.
are sending their players for free,
Yeah.
especially when you have a new stadium you have to pay for. So, do you take money or do you bite the bullet and eventually harm your own club?
You bite the
Also,
bullet.
very, very important, right?
Yeah.
Let's be fair to Everton.
Yeah.
James Garner could have a terrible season next year
Mm.
that they are banking on to
Yeah.
help them out, and
Yeah.
even that doesn't happen.
Correct.
So, so it could be tough. But for me, James Garner, or maybe Joao Gomez, with a if Wolves also don't want to lose players with a
Fair.
relegation clause discount.
Jose
And
Sa.
Manas is saying in hindsight, you are comparing three, four different tiers of football. Yeah, Manas, that's why I specifically use the term pound for pound worst team in England. Because everyone is playing in their league and everyone is still winning games, except Wolves.
Except United and Wolves. But okay. So, one last question, Nathan. Okay.
Mm.
This season, United have looked better attacking wise. There's no two ways about it. We look a decent team in scoring goals, which was a problem last year. We addressed it by signing
Yeah,
three attacking players or whatever, however you want to look into
yeah,
it. But suddenly, this team looks fragile.
yeah,
Okay. This team looks like, yeah, we'll score three, but we'll concede two.
yeah,
Eventually, I think this will catch up. One day or
yeah,
the other, this is going to catch up. We will score three, we'll lose.
yeah,
Like Bournemouth game is not going to happen every week, 4-4.
yeah.
Everton game will not happen every week, 1-0 loss. Or a West Ham game will not happen. But I
Mm.
think there will be a game where we will score three and then someone will equalize and make it 3-3. Or we will lose that 3-4. Okay. Do you think this is more related to tactics, or do you think there is no maturity in that backline? Which they will, they're young two center backs, Euro and Heaven.
I think it can be a combination of those two things plus the substitutes in order to help either hold the lead or
Yeah.
extend the lead. I
Yeah.
think it depends on that even, because I remember very famously we were trailing against Arsenal and the first sub he made was Harry
Center back.
Maguire, and I was very confused. I
Yeah.
was like, we are currently losing. Why would we make a defensive substitution at 1 hour?
Because
And that's the
tactics.
opening game of the season too, right? No,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's also the opening game of the season. We can't go, yeah, this fellow's at AFCON, that fellow's injured. We don't have any of those excuses. We literally
Yeah.
bought on one player
Mm.
who's a defender for another defender. And I think at the time only Lisandro Martinez was injured. I
Correct. You're right.
believe at the time,
Yeah.
yeah. And he was anyway going to be injured for over a year. So we can't even take
October. He
that
was
into
out till
account.
October anyway. So,
He's not going, he's nowhere near ready when the season starts. So my thing is, um,
अरे आरुष भाई वही है कि वो वही बोल रहा है कि सेंटर बैक तो आया ही ना सब. पहले आए है, दूसरा आया है, तीसरा है. Like even Ahmad for Dallo is still not the ideal sub.
mean, it's not an attacker, no, Arush. At the end of the day, like got so many tens and I mean, anyway, my point is, I
Yeah.
think it's a combination of all three things. I think it is substitutions, lack of stupidity of the footballing IQ from the players, as well as
Yeah.
defense. I think it all three has to take a factor into it. And you can see by the goals we concede also, it's a lot of it has to do with defensive immaturity as well. And that is to be expected when your centre backs are that young.
Let me ask you this question. Do you think Lenny Euro is world class?
I don't think Lenny Euro was ever world class. I think he has the potential to be world class, which is very different because potential to be world class can take 10 years. I
Yeah,
mean, Mohamed Salah had a whole career before he came to, let's be, if we are being frank,
yeah.
he had a whole career before he even showed up to Liverpool. So, some people don't even get 5, 6 years at the top of the table. He's now, what, 15 years in. I would say half of his years were outside of Liverpool. So,
Fair
it
enough.
can happen late. It can happen later in life, but it can happen. It doesn't have to happen at
Yeah,
19.
I mean,
Or it's
like
not
for me,
everybody is not the same.
yeah, I keep giving this example, right? Jamie Vardy is world class at one point of time. He was for a decent time, 3 years, 2 years, however you want to look into it. I was
Yeah.
saying in today's live as well, when someone asks me who's your favorite number nine out of the traditional names, right? Wayne
Yeah.
Rooney, Ruud van Nistelrooy, Shearer. I say, just look at this guy, Jamie Vardy. You want a goal, you
And
call
this,
him. He's 38. He's still scoring goal for Cremonese. Okay, like I can still say Jamie Vardy is still having a party. What else
so
do you
isn't
need?
he? Isn't he last month's
Player
Premier
of
League
the month.
Serie A Player of the Month?
Correct, correct. Manchester United, Atletico Madrid, Juventus, and Bayern Munich have all reportedly held informal talks with representative of Ruben Neves. Ben Jacobs. I don't trust Ben Jacobs, but yeah.
I trust Ben Jacobs this season. This
This season
season.
because he broke the Mbuemo news first ahead of
No,
everyone.
he broke the. He's also been quite level-headed. I don't see him forcing whatever he finds out until it's
Yeah,
really credible. I don't feel like we are getting every 4 hours an update from, unlike a certain person on Twitter that keeps
here we
bothering
go.
everyone. Not him. Another. You're not on Twitter. I forgot.
No, 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 no.
This Indy Kayla fellow, man. Oh my God, he's been an absolute menace this season. Prashant, absolute menace, dude. I mean, it's not transfer news. It's a diatribe. Every tweet's a diatribe. Every single
Okay.
tweet. It's literally a paragraph. Every tweet. It's crazy.
But
Um,
Nathan,
he's quite good.
before
Yeah, I agree.
yeah,
This season he is quite good.
yeah. Nathan, I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for taking your time.
No problem. No problem,
Uh,
buddy. No
for
problem.
people who are there still watching us, please like, share, subscribe both our channels. I have provided the name of the channel in the link and description. Like, share, subscribe. United are playing Wolves tonight. Before we go, Nathan, what are your predictions?
4-0. I don't care, bro. I don't care. I
I'll tell
don't
you
care.
my
I don't
prediction.
care.
Honestly, I'll tell you my
4-0.
prediction. I think it's a 1-0 loss.
No, yeah. It's
Look,
okay.
I want a 5-0, 3-0 kind of a game, but I think it's going to be 1-0 loss. Like, whenever I have expectations from the team, we lose. Like
I
Newcastle,
can't.
yeah.
I can't process it here. I'm sorry. I know people can. No, I can't. I can't allow myself to process it. I
I think
can't.
it's a 1-0 loss, and I think it's going to be Strand Larson goal. He's on the bench. So they don't have Andre in midfield. We don't have Mount in the game. So yeah, that defense is going to concede. I think it's going to be 1-0 loss. And yeah, if I'm going to lose my mind on the New Year's, that's for sure. But thank you, Nathan. Thank you so much for streaming, for joining for the live. But yes, you have a watch along, right? So I'll be there.
I have a watch along. And I'm going live in 10 minutes to do next week's game week predictions because literally, by the time this game week is done, Saturday there are games because the
Yeah,
last game for this game week is on Friday. So,
yeah.
so I'm
Fair.
doing it now only so I'm ahead of the curve.
Go. But thank you, Nathan. Thank you guys for
No problem.
streaming. We'll see you some other time soon.